Hey y'all, it's Stephanie here with the Poker Stallions alongside
the Poker Cowboy.
We're here to tell you the story about how the Poker Stallions started. So Mattress Mack wanted to dip his toes into the world of poker backing, right?
I went up to the store and met with him one day, and he told me, hey, I want to put some guys in the main event this year. Have you ever played the main event? And so I told him I haven't played in a long time. I'm mainly a cash game player, but I have been starting to play tournaments again in these last 2 years since COVID, and I've found some small success. I wouldn't say any big success, but in the few tournaments I've played in the last few years, I have had a first, second, and third. Oh, two firsts, a second, and third. Let me get that back. So that was pretty impressive for him, since this first, second, and third came out of about 20-something tournaments.
I've always said that if Will was a full-time, strictly tournament player, he would be very profitable. But he does not want to test that theory because he loves the fast money of the PLO.
I just love cash games. Cash is king. I love tournaments. They're so fun. The main event is the greatest tournament ever.
And I love traveling to Florida to tournaments with you, or LA, or
and that's
Aruba.
what I think tournaments are going to be from now on, is making it a trip and then playing a poker tournament or two while we're there.
Definitely.
But
or Vegas.
At the end of the day, cash is king. Houston is the best place in the world for cash games. So very fortunate to have lived here and played cash here for over 15 years. And in the last few years, we've been very fortunate to have some tournaments come to the city, very well-run tournaments, some great tournaments around the town. So I'm hoping that the future of the tournaments in Houston will only get better. We'll see what's happened in the past, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and hopefully that the poker community can work together on keeping our product well intact, which is great tournaments with great payouts.
So back to Vegas. Mattress Mack wanted to put a few guys into the main event, but the Poker Cowboy had another idea for him. We pretty much put together a proposal for a quote-unquote stable, but without all the makeup, just to kind of dip his toes into it and see where it goes for the summer. We gave 15 guys 40K bankroll.
So we all started with a 30K bankroll with a 10K
yes.
buy-in into the main event.
Yes, the specifics.
So the 30,000, we were able to pick what tournaments we wanted to play. Once we cashed, that went back to our bankroll, and we just had to manage that 40K bankroll for the summer and cash out what we had at the end. I asked everyone the first day, how much do you think you're gonna win this summer?
Yes, yes.
Everyone says six-figure plus.
Comment if we should share those numbers with you guys. We've been kind of hesitant on that, but you know, why not?
So let's just say everyone said higher than their actual number, but the results are in. We're gonna go run it down from 15th to 1st, how everyone did, what tournaments they played, what casinos they frequented in their tournaments, and just the end results. We'll show you graphs of how the summer went, from their wins to their losses, and then we also have some footage of just how life was out in Vegas for 2 months.
It might look fun, but for me, it was stressful. I did learn a lot. The
tournament grind in itself is just so stressful.
Yeah, I did tell a few of the guys that I honestly respect the tournament grind a lot more now, because I'm used to just going, oh yeah, let me hang out by the pool, let me have some fun. But seeing down and cracking down on the spreadsheets, the numbers, everything that really goes into it, wow.
So then you saw me. My summer looked like a 9-to-5 job, plus trying to grind tournaments.
Yeah, that's...
Plus trying to babysit a few people around the clock on different things. So
definitely.
It was a fun summer, definitely a lot of experience. I can't wait to see what comes next for the Stallions. I know we got some big plans in place, and I hope everyone gets involved.
We have to start off with the 15, 14, and 13. The great David, the cosmonaut Mazarlov, Logan Hewitt, and Fireman Scott.
I'm Logan, and I'm here with the Poker Stallions from Houston, Texas. I like to play poker tournaments. Me and my roommate, David Mazarulov, who's also a Stallion, we were competing for the last 6 months of the year. He edged me out by about 30 points. We were number 1 and number 2 on the GPI mid-major. And now we're out here trying to make some noise. The World Series of Poker, just gonna play good and try to run good.
All about seizing the opportunity, you know, like you gotta take days off, but it's the last couple tournaments of the summer.
I would say the most memorable moment I had with Logan was when we were at the barbecue one night, and I finally had to tell him, Logan, no more poker talk. Let's talk about something else. And he couldn't do it. The guy literally lives, breathes, sleeps poker. It's all that's on his mind. It's all he's thinking about is what spot can I take next? What buy-in? Where am I gonna play? Where am I gonna travel to next? I think he's really enjoying it.
So to start off, we have Logan Hewitt, who ended up in 15th place. He had $86 left in his bankroll at the end of the summer. He played a total of 57 tournaments, totaling in $59,242. And in cashes, he had $19,328. And with 57 tournaments played on the stable, that puts him at second place on the amount played, but he just wasn't able to get that big score that he needed.
I'm David Mazzariullo from Houston, part of Houston Stallions. We're gonna come back strong and double up first inning. That's what you gotta do.
Probably my other favorite player on the team is Russian David. He's not just my favorite player. I think he's a lot of people's favorite players because he was #1 mid-major player of the year. I think he won close to $1 million last year playing mid-stakes tournament. You know, he's made tons of money so far, and I look for him to make even more.
Cosmonaut Dave's most memorable moment this summer was when he was the first of 3 Stallions that reached the final table of a WSOP bracelet event. He was in the 10K with a 3K bounty turbo tournament behind the guy who eventually won it, the Argentinian pro Nacho. Also at that final table was Maria Ho and Lucky Lichtenberger. Very star-studded table, and he was able to get there and also had 6 bounties in the tournament, I believe. So that was a very fun table to sweat and watch him play down to the final table. Most memorable moment with him off the felt was when his son came over to the house. I was able to see the father side of David, who I've known for over 10 years and never really seen the other side of David. I've competed against him a lot in tournaments, cash games over the years. To see what motivates him to be such a good player, it's his 4 kids, it's his wife. Part of it is also being an immigrant to the country, I believe, as well. I'm the son of a mother who was an immigrant. It just builds, you know, the character in someone when they come to this country and they just want to succeed so bad. They put these things ahead of everything else, and David's always just had the work ethic to be successful. Over the last year, he really put in the effort to become a really good tournament player now that tournaments have been going on in Houston. And I think definitely his son has seen the dedication his dad's put in, the work he's put in. And it's kind of hard to say that for a poker player. Most people think it's just all luck and you can just go out there, get lucky, win some tournaments, go on a good year streak and get player of the year. You don't get player of the year by just luck. You have to put in the work, and you have to put in the studying. You have to commit to the traveling. You have to commit to being there and playing the tournaments. A lot of these tournaments take full weekends. He had to sacrifice a lot of time with his kids last year to chase these tournaments to get that player of the year. He was able to bring his support system out there. His wife, an awesome lady, takes care of their 4 kids, takes care of him. She is just as much a part of the team as David is. A lot of us are like that. You know, we need that support system with us.
Next, we have David Mazzariullo, also known as the Cosmonaut. At the beginning of the summer, he informed us that anything over 1,000, he would play on the stable. He was planning on playing a couple of 10Ks on the stable, but when it came down to it, he did not have enough of his bankroll left. So of course, he ended up final tabling the $10,000 entry Super Turbo Bounty WSOP event on his personal bankroll. David played a total of 25 tournaments for the summer, with a total of $62,900 worth of entries and $22,998 in cashes for the stable. And that brought him to $98 left on his bankroll.
What's up, y'all? Fireman Scott here, professional poker player from Houston, Texas. I play for the Poker Stallions, and this is the World Series of Poker.
I'm a force to be reckoned with. When I sit down at the table, I don't back away from €1 or €6. I go right at them. I oftentimes tell them I'm coming after you, and one of us ain't leaving this table with chips. You know, I like to say at the table when they say, how long do we got till dinner break? And I'm like, don't worry, not all of us are making it to dinner break.
Our next player we're talking about is Scott Delaney. My favorite moment with him was every morning when we'd wake up, swim with his kids, and Gaio, the dog, he would come and he just made great friends with the kids. He was scared of kids before the summer. By the end of the summer, he had 2 best friends that he can't wait to see again, I'm sure. Dinner break of the Millionaire Maker. He's got a healthy stack. He's had a healthy stack since day 1. So, Scott, final 2 hours after the dinner break, what's your strategy? What are you going to attack at your table? Do you have any spots you see where you can pick up chips before bagging?
Yeah, a little bit. There's a lot of good players at the table now, and everybody has a lot of chips, so I expect there to be a lot of movement, a lot of people trying to bag up a lot for day 2. We all have our plans. I'm really good at putting a target on my back and setting traps. I also have displayed how I play real big bet power poker, and I think everybody thinks they're gonna get me in a spot. So plan going into the last 2 hours is to make somebody think they have me and trap them in a big hand.
Yeah, you've been setting the trap all day, now it just needs to pay off. The fireman was able to take a big bag going into day 3. He would end up 130 people away from the $1 million prize. His 131st place would end up seeing a cash of $8,701. This would end up being the fireman's biggest and the last cash of the summer. Fireman Scott was ecstatic to be out in Vegas. This would be his first full summer of WSOP tournaments, and he was eager to test his talents up against the best in the world. Scott came into Vegas eluding confidence, and that confidence helped him find some early success. Scott was able to cash in 7 tournaments, totaling $26,859. The fireman could not keep the same fire the second half of the summer. He played a total of 43 buy-ins this summer, with the majority of them being at the WSOP chasing bracelets. These buy-ins totaled $66,277, which left the fireman with $582 left on his bankroll at the end of the summer. My partner in the Stallions side bet.
The side bet will be explained in next week's video. Be sure to subscribe.